Hi everybody, I'm Tex Haines with Victoria Skimboards. I'm here to talk about our scoring system. This will be my opinion on this as far as it goes, and we'll try to add some refinements to it as we get them in the next few days or weeks. But basically I'll start with scoring criteria. This is according to the ASP Surfing Journal, Judging Journal from probably years ago. But scoring is based on, in the order of importance, completion of the ride, difficulty and control, style of the maneuver, and 3, criticalness and size of the wave, and 4, the length of the ride. So the judges are trying to keep those 4 factors in mind simultaneously while they watch a ride and come up with a single numerical number to represent that. Saying it another way, the surfer who completes the most radical controlled maneuvers in the most critical section of the biggest and or best waves for the longest functional distance shall be deemed the winner. Third possible way of looking at it is how, these are all on each score sheet, by the way, so the judge reviews this as he goes through the job of scoring. He's constantly reminded of these points. Critical that 5 is an average score for an average ride in that age group, and the judges score that way, and it adjusts as the rides get better. It still stays a 5 in the different age groups. So the maximum score for an incomplete ride is also a 5. Thus, he who gambles and fails, there's a lot of pressure on that. Rider needs at least 3 turns in one direction and 2 in the other. Pay attention, keep track. Circle the top 5 scores. Minimize talking amongst judges unless necessary. Cutoff penalty is loss of highest scoring wave. 5 waves are still scored using the next lowest score. Wave clearly belongs to the first rider to clearly maneuver into position or signal his intentions by running toward or signaling verbally or otherwise. Cutting under a rider already running for a wave is strongly discouraged and will constitute a cutoff. Sign your sheet, judges. You will be judged for consistency with the final results. Okay, so one possible guideline scale comes out of this. You give a 1 for somebody took a stab at it, ran for the wave, whatever. 2, they got on the board, got to the water. 3, they got on the water and made a weak turn. 4, they turned on their wave and it wasn't really much. 5 is a kind of an average ride for an average kid in that group. He wraps to the shore, he lands it, he stays on it. That would be a 5. 6 would be a wrap to shore with a little extra style or a minor extra maneuver. 7, a big wrap or a long ride with extra style or extra maneuver, air or small barrel. 8, a driving barrel and a difficult extra maneuver with style. Style comes in a lot here. Huge barrel, big, long, deep with style, or in and out, or an extra difficult trick. 10 is something off the charts, heroic. Kind of hold off on those until you've seen something you haven't ever seen before. General advice. This pertains to everybody and how they use their strategy in the contest. So for judges, point of view here, if you see a Grom, go out and take an average whack for his age. It's easy, you put down a 5 and you start to go from there higher or lower as you see better or worse rides, and it makes it very easy to separate those 4 guys in that heat. Using the whole scale, very, very important. Can't emphasize that enough. We like to see versatility. Don't do the same maneuver over and over, it gets old. We like to see quick improvisations and surprise maneuvers. Technical maneuvers are good for a half point extra if landed cleanly. Multiple maneuvers can earn multiple half points. We like to see smooth style and maximum length of ride. Get all the waves you can. We are scoring you on how much you can make of a session. Small waves count as a show of mastery and control and improvisation. We are not as interested in tricks out the back. If they do well if stuck perfectly, yes. But aerials back onto the face of the wave are going to score very well. There is not a way to put a numerical value on every trick. The judges need to make rapid decisions as to the relative factors for each different wave. It's more of a feeling, so to speak. What impresses us most is clearly pulling it off cleanly. I advise you to keep moving, taking only waves that will help your score. Get a fast start if at all possible. We score rights and lefts because we want to see how complete a skimboarder you are. 3 front sides, 3 back sides. We throw out the high and low judges' scores to make sure that they are not unduly influencing the numbers. And Packing a ton of extra maneuvers will not necessarily beat an exceptionally well-ridden wave with fewer technical tricks. Just saying. It's hard to say that. That's a tough point, I admit. All 4 judges are involved in interference calls. Head judge is the tiebreaker. The main sponsor of the event should definitely not be in on the decision, period. This is because other contests use only one person to make interference calls, and it's very easy to miss something. We like everybody to be involved in an interference call. Having one person do all the interference calls is likely to fail if the person does not see the incident. 5 pairs of eyes are way better and allow for a better decision. 2 judges cover all rides to the north, 2 judges cover all rides to the south. If you miss a ride, you are allowed to ask the other judges what happened, how they scored, and to trade scores so no rides are missed. This requires a lot of familiarity with your fellow judges and how they are scoring to know how you are going to react to that. Generally, that means that no rides are missed, which to me is very important. If a person has priority, he is not the only one who the judges should watch. 2 are watching north and 2 are watching south, so nothing is missed, because someone's going to go 2 at the same time, hopefully. We show colors for whoever has priority. Those who do not have priority are free to move about for any wave that is not taken by the person with priority. Having priority, either take it or give it up, but don't change your mind and go late and cause an interference. We expect good sportsmanship, plain and simple. Compete fairly and squarely and do not game the system. We will call you on it and deduct your highest score. We expect coaches to stay behind the ropes and not to change positions mid-heat. Every first heat gets a lecture from me before they start. No interference, we will deduct your highest score, which will hurt you. You are going to be friends long after this is over, so just go out there and have fun. This brief lecture ensures that every contestant is familiar with the interference rule. No mandatory emergency meetings are necessary, as with other contests. Interference call. It will hurt you, but not eliminate you. The next 5 highest scores will be added up. Why? Because many interference calls are accidents or unintentional. The heat would be virtually over if only 4 waves are counted. We don't think that 3 pages of rules are necessary to decide interference cases. Most cases are completely unintentional and should not be dealt with so harshly as to eliminate someone from the heat. Those are our basic points. There's some more refinements, and I'm hoping my fellow judges will comment on this tomorrow, and we will make an addition to this. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience and your understanding.